the farmer couldn't stop screaming when he saw whom his cow had birthed. Hello friends, animals never cease to amaze us. Watch this video to see what an incredible surprise the cow prepared for her owners. This incredible incident took place at an Australian cattle ranch. David and Julie Ingram were experienced cattle farmers. Their farm was very successful and the owners knew their way around cattle breeding. The couple often helped birth cattle and other animals in East Gippsland. It was a good year and the couple had many successful births across the region. David and Julie were especially lucky to have successfully birthed 8 calves on their own farm. When David learned that another one of their purebred Hereford cows was pregnant, he was delighted. The couple followed her closely, paying special attention to her well-being and health. At first, all the cattle lived together in the main barn of the farm, where several generations of cows lived together. However, a few days later, Julie noticed that the mother toad was acting a little lethargic. She started losing her appetite and seemed unwell, so the cow was moved out of the big barn to let her be alone and get some rest. While waiting for the birth, there was a small barn with a paddock next to the farm and the pregnant cow could stay there. The cow could calmly prepare for calving in the new place. She was given plenty of fresh water and food and seemed to be comfortable, but a few weeks later the situation changed. The cow began to eat a lot of feed every day and was getting very big. If the couple were new to farming, they might have panicked because of the rapid changes the cow was going through. Luckily, David and Julie were very experienced and immediately suspected what could be causing her unusual appetite and weight gain. Julie began to suspect that the cow was pregnant with twin calves. The couple was familiar with multiple pregnancies. 12 pairs of twins were registered on the territory in 2018 and 8 more that year alone, but that actually wasn't the case with this cow's pregnancy. What happened next surprised even the experienced farmers at first. No one suspected anything, but as time passed, the cow continued to get bigger and bigger and her belly got truly large. Finally, it was almost time for the birth. The couple watched the cow very closely. David felt it was wise to look out for signs of early labor, because if the cow was having twin calves, there was a good chance that she could go into labor a month early. Shortly after David and Julie began to pay special attention to the cow, she did actually go into labor. Even the neighbors, who lived several farms away, could hear what was happening on that fateful night in Australia. The birth was long and difficult. Finally, the first calf was ready to meet the world. David helped the animal while Julie focused on making the new mother as comfortable as possible. The wife screamed with delight when she saw a healthy calf. David was gently holding in his arms. Julie took the calf to wash it. David stayed with the cow, cleaned her up a bit and praised her for her efforts. Then he got ready for another calf. Julie returned a few minutes later, just as David was wondering aloud if they were right about the number of calves. Maybe it was just a difficult pregnancy that caused the cow's increased appetite. Julie sat down next to David to talk it over when they were interrupted by the cow's cry just when they thought their job was done. Another calf was ready to be born. David felt tears well up in his eyes, and Julie laughed at him for his sentimentality. David and Julie quickly returned to their places. David at the back and Julie at the cow's head. A few minutes later, another calf was born. Well done. Julie praised the cow, while David carried the calf over for the cow to see. It was incredible. 2 healthy calves, the male and female calves, were born safely that night and the mother looked like she would make a full recovery. David and Julie sat down on the grass again, each holding a calf in their arms. They thought their job was done, but soon something incredible happened in the dizzying silence. The cow was strangely pushing her calves away when they tried to get close to her. Julie thought the cow would want to nurse them, but she kept pushing them away. The cow seemed to be in poor condition, which was very confusing, given how well the delivery went. David put the calves aside and walked over to the mother to examine her. What he then saw was simply shocking. David leaned over to see what the problem was and noticed that the cow was ready to give birth again. He screamed to get his wife's attention and they got back to work. The man quickly put on a new pair of gloves, while the cow was crying and whimpering in pain. Julie also came over to support and comfort the cow. Astounded, the couple helped the cow give birth to her third calf. David and Julie were delighted. Their cow had triplets. David couldn't help but yelp triplets to let the neighbors know, but the story didn't end there. Surprisingly, the cow wasn't done giving birth yet. Through tears of euphoria and exclamations of joy, David and Julie helped deliver the 4th calf. After that, Julie was relieved to see that their cow had finally fallen into a peaceful sleep. The couple were stunned that their cow had calved quadruplets, as they were expecting twin calves at the most. It's very unusual. I've never heard of quadruplet calves. Before David said, Arms decided to let the strongest calf stay with the mother and took away the other 3, which meant that they would be raised by humans to give them the best chance at survival. The 3 calves were kept under observation in a separate paddock for 6 weeks before they got released into the herd. Unfortunately, 2 of the male calves suffered complications during birth and ended up being euthanized. The quadruple birth sparked the curiosity of veterinarian Peter Alexander, who has been working in the Vega Valley for 40 years. "I'd love to look in the Guinness Book of Records or something," Dr. Alexander said, though Dr. Alexander had heard of calves giving birth to quadruplets before. He said it was much more common for a cow to have only 1 calf. Normally, a cow will ovulate 1 egg at a time, so there's only really 1 chance of getting 1 calf. He said, to summarize, multiple pregnancies in cows is a rare occurrence and the probability of having twin calves is between 1 and 7%. That's all for today. Friends, if we were to apply the situation to people, can you even imagine how you would react if you were expecting twins but gave birth to 4 babies instead? Let us know in the comments. Hit the like button. Thanks for watching and we'll see you next time.